Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Urban SAS Travels channel. My name is Diana. I am the founder of the Urban SAS Travel Movement, a platform that encourages Black women to travel the world boldly and freely. Now, I have just returned from a 1 month stay in Ghana, and I thought I would come on here and share with you 10 tips that you need to know, or 10 things that you need to know before you plan your trip to Ghana. So, as you can see, Ghana has exploded into the travel stratosphere with a lot of African Americans, Black British folks making their way over. My Caribbean people, you have been making your way over as well. So I just thought I'd come on here and share with you some things that you need to know if you are considering going to Ghana. So the first thing is that if you are a US passport holder or a British passport holder, you need a visa, right? And the visa application is primarily done online, and the fee for that is dependent on how urgent your needs are. So just allow enough time to process your passport application process because it does take some time. If you are Jamaican like myself or from the Caribbean, good news is you don't need a visa. Ghana said come. So that's always good to know. The second thing you need to know is that you definitely need a yellow fever vaccination before you go into the people them country, right? Cash is king in Ghana. That's number three. So make sure that you have enough cash on hand. If you are traveling with US dollars or British pounds or any kind of foreign currency, they do have cambios around where you can change your money. And you do get a better rate at those cambios or Forex than inside the banks. Also, your credit card or debit card, if you want to do an ATM withdrawal, that works perfectly fine as well at international ATMs like EcoBank. All right. Fourth thing is ride shares like Uber and Bolt work perfectly well in Ghana. Matter of fact, that is the primary way that I got around whilst I was traveling there. You can set your settings in Uber to pay cash. Actually, most drivers prefer that. And the other alternative is Bolt, so you can download the Bolt app before you get to Ghana. Um, One thing I learned the hard way, not necessarily the hard way, but it was a little bit embarrassing, is that forget that you have a left hand. Using your left hand in any kind of interactions to point, to eat, is considered rude in the Ghanaian culture. So forget that you have a left hand. If for some reason, you cannot help using your left hand, like if you're at a drive-through, the polite thing to say is sorry for left. So you apologize for using your left hand, and they're quite amenable to that. Um, Always greet others. So, my Caribbean people, you know that, grandma, grandpa teach you good manners. So you go and you say good morning, good evening, good night, hello. Same thing in Ghana. It is considered rude, especially if you walk up to a group of people that you don't at least wave and say hello. So always greet people. Remember your manners. Um, Never underestimate Accra traffic. You hear what I'm saying? That traffic is a beast. And this is from someone who lived in Jakarta, Indonesia. So I know about traffic. Accra traffic is a beast on its own. If you are planning on meeting someone, just make sure you go ahead of time. If you have to arrive 20 minutes early, half an hour early, that's fine. That's if you have an important meeting. And that sometimes goes into the fact that, if you're meeting a Ghanaian and they're late, it's quite acceptable because Accra traffic is a beast, man. It is not to be played with for sure. Also, know that, in my opinion, Ghanaians are some of the most unhurried people ever in life. They move at their own pace, they move at their own time, and it don't matter what you have to do. Your timeline is your timeline. That don't have nothing to do with them. So make preparations for that. And the last tip that I have for you is avoid drinking water from the tap. It's not regarded as safe because I had a little mishap where I was in the shower and somehow, opened my mouth and ingested some water, and I had a really bad acrobelly for about 3 days or so. So bottled water is readily available on the streets in the supermarket. So those are my tips for you. If you find this information useful, please give this content a like and consider subscribing. I plan on getting more of these videos out to you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Walk good, eat good too. All right.